So our next skill is looking at percentage change, which is when one number changes to another, and to work out what the percentage change is as a percentage of the original value. So here we need to use this formula, which is the percentage change is the actual change divided by the original value. Make sure that you always use the original value there. It's a common mistake to use the new value and then times by 100. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. So Tim buys a car for £5,000 and sells it for £4,200. Calculate his percentage loss. So the first thing we need to do is work out the actual change. So the actual change is going to be the difference between what he bought the car for and what he sold it for. So it's 5,000 to take away 4,200. So the actual change is £800. So we can now work out what the percentage change is. So the percentage change is the actual change, which is 800, divided by the original value. Now, the original in this case is what he bought the car for. That's the starting value. So it's 800 divided by 5,000 times by 100. Now, we could do this without a calculator. You can do it directly with a calculator if it's on a calculator paper. Here we can simplify the fraction, both top and bottom divide by 100, so we can cross off the two zeros here. And it's 8/50ths of 100. 100 divided by 50 is 2, times by 8 gives us an answer of 16% loss. So he sells his car for a 16% loss. Let's have a look at the second question. Amy got 75% in her maths GCSE. On appeal, her mark increased to 78%. Calculate the percentage change in her mark. Now, this is a really complex one, because the obvious thing to do is just say, well, she went up from 75% to 78%, so it's a 3% increase. Careful, that's not quite right, because what we need to do is we need to compare it to the original value. What percentage of her original marks did she have added on? So we do it in exactly the same way. The actual change is the difference between 75 and 78. So 78 take away 75, which is 3%. So it's 3 marks. So the percentage change is 3 divided by her original mark, which was the 75, times by 100. Now we can simplify this fraction. 3 out of 75, both of them are divisible by 3, so it's 1 out of 25. 100 divided by 25 is 4, times by 1 gives me 4% increase. So it's gone up by 4%. So even though the mark's gone up from 75 to 78, which is up 3 marks, it's actually a 4% increase on her original marks. Alright, pause the video now while you write down those worked examples. When you're ready, press play and we can go on to some questions. Just 4 questions for you to try here. For each of them, make sure that you work out your percentage change. Be clear in your answer whether it's a percentage increase or a percentage reduction. Pause the video now while you have a go at the questions, and when you're ready, press play to reveal the answers. Okay, so here are your 4 solutions. For the first one, 25% increase, second one, 20% reduction, 4% increase, and a 32% reduction. Give yourself a mark out of 4. Any issues, please look at the Hegarty clip on percentage change. Well done.